8 to 8 Charity Ride, a group of foreigners cycling for charity, was founded in 2009. The ultimate design of the campaign is to provide a sustainable poverty eradication to many Vietnamese underprivileged children by providing them with access to education, health service, and training skills to help them realize their potential. Occurring in every April, cross-country bicycling is a journey connecting the two major cities of Hanoi and Ho Chi Minh City in 28 days. All funds are raised through the Just Giving website www.justgiving.com/teams/8282017 will be passed on to non-governmental organizations to help underprivileged children such as Saigon Children's Charity, Blue Dragon Children's Foundation, Koto, Live and Give Foundation. The total amount raised since 2009 of more than $240,000 has been given to these organizations with meaningful activities.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Sharing Vietnam on VTC 10. In the recent year, a cycling project from Hanoi to Ho Chi Minh City has been organized to donate money for the unfortunate children of Vietnam. We had the opportunity to meet with the team from H2H, and today we have a conversation with Mr. Chris Rolls, the manager of H2H, to know more about this project. Thank you for coming to our show, sir.
Hello, Anne. Hello, everyone. Nice to meet you.
First, you have involved in 7 cycling trips from Hanoi to Ho Chi Minh City to support Vietnamese children as both the organizer as well as the participant. Could you tell us a little bit more about those trips?
I was involved in the ride as a cyclist in 2010 and again in 2015. So it's a ride that takes 1 month, and I joined a team of about 20 people. We fly up to Hanoi and then we spend the whole month cycling back down to Ho Chi Minh City. And for us, it's an unforgettable trip. It's a trip of a lifetime. We say it's the best way to see Vietnam because we go through sections of the Ho Chi Minh Trail, so it's a beautiful route through the middle of the country. We pass by lakes and through lots of quiet villages, and you make friends for life on the team as well, which is another real bonus for us. So yeah, I have lots of good memories from doing the ride.
So what are the purpose as well as the meanings of the trips in organizing them?
Sure, well the main reason we're a fundraising group. As riders, most of us come from outside of Vietnam, and we've had a wonderful experience living here. We've gained a lot from being in Vietnam, and this for us is our way to say thank you and to sort of give something back to Vietnam. And so we raise as much money as we can. We then pass it on to these 5 charities, and they put it to good use in the communities.
What are the challenges that you have to face in your month-long trips every year, and how do you manage to overcome them?
Sure, well there are a lot of challenges that we face. It's a big task for the team. Most of us are novice cyclists, so we do the ride because we want to help with the fundraising and to have an adventure and to see the country. One of the biggest challenges is the physical challenge. You know, being on a bicycle for a whole month, getting up early every day and cycling for a full day is really tough, and you get a lot of aches and pains along the way. So we say it's as much mental as physical if you want to finish the ride. When you reach the middle of Vietnam, it's very hilly in the central highlands in particular. Some mornings or some days you're cycling and cycling uphill for about half the day. Some of the hills are maybe 20 kilometers long. You might be going uphill for 4 hours. So that's a real challenge, and again, you have to just be determined. There's traffic on the road. As you know, in Vietnam, there are safety issues anywhere in the world when you're on a bicycle. So we have to be mindful of the traffic and be careful and work together and help each other. Working as a team, when you have 20 people together from different countries and they all have their own personalities, you have to work quite hard to create a good team spirit so that you all start as friends and finish as friends.
Could you share with us something about the most recent trip?
Well, the recent team, I wasn't part of the latest team. I was supporting them here from Ho Chi Minh City, but I was following them closely each day via their blog that they wrote. And yeah, the team did a super job this year. We had the most diverse team in terms of nationalities. We had the most Vietnamese riders that we've ever had. The team bonded very well. There was a great team spirit. They included an extra feature this year that they decided when they got to the Phung Na caves, just above Hue, that they wanted to stop and have a look at the caves. So they added an extra day to visit the caves and explore there. So that was something that I think will perhaps continue for future years. And then when they started in Hanoi, we visit some of the partners there. So they had a day trip to visit the Blue Dragon Foundation and also the Koto organization up in Hanoi. And then halfway along the trip, they go to an orphanage in Pleiku, which is always a very inspiring experience, and they get a warm welcome there from the children and the staff.
At the end of April, 8 members have finished their 8th journey in Vietnam. The joy cannot be hidden from their face.
The charities are the people that benefit. They benefit from the sponsors, very generous donations, and they benefit from the emotional input and the physical input that the riders themselves have invested. So as I said, it's been 8 years, but ultimately they're doing it for charity, and that's the wonderful thing.
Mình rất là đam mê xe đạp, chạy xe đạp, và đây là một cái ước mơ từ thuở bé rồi, đó là chạy xuyên Việt trên xe đạp. Và ý nghĩa hơn là mình nghĩ là mình có thể đem tới được nhiều niềm vui cho rất là nhiều trẻ em khắp nước, và không những là trẻ em mà còn là tình thương, đem tới tình thương và đạt được cái ước mơ của mình, đó là nhìn thấy đất nước của mình, hiểu hơn về đất nước mình và con người mình.
I think actually it being difficult was part of the reason that I wanted to do it. I wanted to do something difficult, and that was exciting. But also I wanted obviously to raise money for the children's charities that we support, especially because my job is as a teacher to teach a lot of children, and I would love to help as many Vietnamese children as possible.
Oh, no difficulties during the trip. We had an amazing team this year. Everybody was incredibly positive, was incredibly dedicated. Did a lot of training for the trip, and it was pretty easy. A few grumbles when we went up the mountains, but in general, yeah, there was no problems. It was incredibly easy to lead this team.
It's been such an amazing experience, such a great group of people. We've seen such beautiful places together, and I was quite sad it was over, and also just so happy to be back and to have finished it alive and with only minor cuts, and so I was just happy.
I think as long as there's the commitment amongst the teachers themselves, who give up their time, they pay for the ride themselves, so there's no additional cost. And as long as there's the support of companies like DHL, who provide the support vehicle and really enable the ride to happen, because without the support vehicle it can't happen. So as long as that support's in place, and as long as there is the commitment from the riders, the charities obviously are delighted to support it. It not only raises funds for us, but it raises awareness in the community. The riders get to visit the project sites, so it's a win for everybody. It's absolutely fantastic, and we'll continue to support it and help it develop as long as we can. We'd love for it to be bigger, we'd love for it to have more riders, raise more funds.
The members of your group come from many different nations. What are the benefits of the diversity in your group?
This year, for example, I think there are about 9 different nationalities on the ride, and each person brings their own experience and their own set of skills and contributes to the team in different ways. We're very grateful to have Vietnamese riders, and this year we had 5 riders who could speak Vietnamese, and they of course act as our guides and our hosts and are very useful when we stop in the villages if we're ordering food or at the hotels, and they know the directions better than we do, so they're very useful. And then all of the other riders coming from Europe and sometimes different parts of Asia as well and North America, they all bring their own contributions. So some of them have skills in first aid, some of them are very good with bicycles, some of them have experience with keep fit and training. So everybody contributes in a different way, which is what makes the team.
What do you do to attract more people to your group?
I think we believe that small is beautiful, and when you're cycling the whole country, we have to be very mindful of safety and of practical issues. So for us, I think we feel 20 is a good maximum number for the ride, so that we have enough beds in the hotels, and when we're cycling we don't get too spread out, and also for the team spirit, that the team can get to know each other well. So we hope to keep the team number at that level, but every year we hope to increase our fundraising, because that's our main reason for doing the ride.
Your group have been supporting Vietnamese children so far, so do you have any plan to support other vulnerable groups in the future?
Well, I think it's important that all different organizations find their best way to contribute. And for us, as you know, children are the future of any society. And we've found some wonderful charities who we work with, who we trust, and we know that they're making a big impact in the work they do. So we're very comfortable with supporting children, but also youth and young adults.
What are your recommendations for the Vietnamese authorities to facilitate your group's activities in the coming time?
Pleasure for us to be living in Vietnam. We're very grateful. Everybody we meet in Vietnam, including the authorities, and we thank them for being able to live here in a different country. And we hope that we continue to have the freedom to do what we do for as long as possible. You know, it's the least that we can do is to put some time aside, to get on our bicycles, and to let our friends and family know all around the world about the charities we support and the work they do, and then to help the children that they work with. Everybody in Vietnam is happy for us to keep doing that. Then that's enough for us. We'll be very happy.
Finally, could you tell us about the H2H plan for the future?
Well, each year we do the ride, we learn some new things, and the ride is a little bit different, and we get feedback from the team who's just come back. So we hope that year on year we can make the ride stronger. We can perhaps, through programs like this, we can get the message out more widely, and that will help us to raise more money. And we can keep building what we do. We're very fortunate to have a team of sponsors behind us, and they do a wonderful job in supporting us. So if we can attract more supporters and more sponsors, then that can only help what we're doing and how we can help the charities we work with.
Thank you so much for your time here in Sharing Vietnam today. Ladies and gentlemen, we hope that through today's show, you have understood more about the charitable activities of Vietnamese as well as foreigners in Vietnam. Thank you for watching. Goodbye and see you again.